Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have some more encouragement for you today. Um, I've spoke to you guys about persevering, and I've spoke to you guys about faith. And now I want to speak to you about how to keep persevering in faith. What what tool do we use to persevere in faith, and what keeps us driving? And that is our hope. I believe that our hope, it anchors our souls in what we believe. And back at the beginning of the year, I went to a women's conference, and the Holy Spirit spoke to me there, and he said, "Let not hope be deferred." And that means don't don't lose your hope, and don't lose what your hope is set in, and don't place your hope on something more than what I've said to put it in. And so that has been coming back to me throughout the year. And now at the beginning of this year, it's been almost exactly a year since he spoke that to me. And he's showing me what hope really does. Hope anchors our souls. It keeps us steadfast when we're in a good season and when we're in a bad, when we've heard the voice of God and we've believed and had faith in what he said, but then life comes, and life can sometimes look like what God said is not happening, like what God promised is not coming to pass, that this looks like anything but what God said. And that can lead to self-doubt. That can lead to feeling like you were deceived, to feeling like you lost it, that God forsook you, or he left you, or that he just didn't do what he said, or that you didn't hear God like you thought you did. It can lead to so much doubt, but our hope keeps us anchored in our faith. And what is our hope, guys? Our hope is in every word that Jesus said. We anticipate, we wait for what God said. That's hope. When you are anticipating, when you are waiting, when you have a desire to see what you've been promised, when you are hungry and thirsty for the thing that God said that he would give you, when you want it and you can't wait to get it, that's hope. You're believing him. And in doing that, we every day we walk out faith, and it gets hard. But when we remember that the one who spoke it to us is able to do it, when we remember that he who started this good work in us, in you, is faithful and just to complete it. When we remember that the one that spoke the word over us, the promise to us, is not a man that he should lack. When we remember that what God says, God will do. When we remember that we were told to consider it already done. And when we remember that Jesus said on the cross, it is finished. What God has promised his people, he will do. What God has said to you personally, what he has promised to do for you personally, he will do. If he give you a promise from his word in a specific season of your life, and that gave you hope, and you took faith in that, hold on to that hope. Fight to the end to see it come to pass. When it gets hard, do not give up and throw in the towel. When it does not look like what God said, do not quit doing what he said. Because what does the Bible say? In our patience possess we our souls. It took them 40 years in the wilderness for the Israelites. but God did it. And the promise that he gave to Abraham was over 400 years in the making, but God did it. Abraham was over 100 years old before he saw his child, but he had Isaac. Joshua, he saw the walls fall down. Moses saw the Red Sea open. Jesus really came back up from the grave on the third day, just like he said. God does what he says. Joseph had a dream. Then he was sold into slavery, and it looked like what he had dreamed would never come to pass. He was a servant instead of the ruler that he envisioned himself to be. But all of that led to Joseph becoming exactly what God said he would be. So, whatever God has said to you, and what God has said to his children through his word, when he said, I will come again, when he said, I have prepared a place for you, when he said, tarry ye in Jerusalem until you be endued with power from on high, when he said, I will give you of my spirit, when he said, in blessing I will bless you, God will do what God said he will do. He is not a man that he should lie, nor the Son of Man that he would deceive us. He is faithful. He is holy. He is righteous. And he keeps his word. He is faithful. Be encouraged today, guys. Have faith in God. Love you. Bye.